Yeah, so today we're gonna have a story time, and I'm still in my work suit, but don't pay attention to that. Also, I'm a very bad storyteller, so you bear with me. Maybe my story is gonna be everywhere, but I try to connect the dots. Yeah. Also, guys, have you peeped my locks? I actually locked my hair. I don't know. What do you guys think? I locked my hair because I subjected my hair to a lot of bleaching the last couple of months, and I had bad damage. So somebody advised me that I should lock my hair and it's gonna get better or something. But I'm trying it, and I'm also gonna take you guys through the whole journey, but that's not the purpose of this video. So let's get into this. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I look a little dusty crusty. Well, I just did my afternoon class. Not that I really ditched it. I have assignments that I'm done that I need to submit. So yeah, I was actually working on them, and then I kind of felt lazy, and I thought, let me try to shoot a video. So today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my very traumatizing high school experience and advice. So your experience, if you're still in high school, doesn't have to be so traumatizing. Honestly, it's not something that I've always wanted to talk about with anybody, or even I'm not really ready to share it with people, but I decided, let me do so. I'm gonna tell you a bit of what I went through and certain things that affected me. When I started my high school, in grade 12. Oh, in 2012. I went to grade 8 in 2012. I was 12 by then. It was a very bad year for me. The beginning of it and the end of it. Because when my grade 7 results came out, I was really sick. I had a best friend. She's passed now. She died the same year. I lost my best friend, and that year I lost two of my grandparents. I lost my uncle, my dad's younger brother. Initially, I wasn't supposed to go to the school I was at. I'm not gonna mention which school I was at, but if you know which school I was at, good for you. And the reason I'm not gonna be mentioning is because there are certain things I'm gonna say through this video, and I don't want other people thinking, oh, she was at that school, so maybe they're this kind of people and they're these kind of teachers. I actually passed to go to Litkila Girls. I was supposed to have gone to Litkila Girls, but I couldn't go because at that time I got sick, and it became so hard for my mom. At that time decided there was no way she was going to let me go to a boarding school, especially the one that was out of the province, because she was so, mothers, she was worried. And it took my parents a really long time to decide whether to send me out to a boarding school or find a school near home, so that in case I fell ill, they would easily check up on me and I would easily be attended to. I remember when I reported to this particular school. By the way, when I reported to this particular school, I was actually the last person that reported in that class, and it was overdue the grace period. The majority of people in that class were people I had a bit of a fall off with when I was in grade 7. So I was kind of happy. It was mixed feelings, I was like, I don't mean it in a bad way. Who I went in high school with may be like, no, you had the best high school experience. For me, it wasn't the best because I was literally dying inside. And one thing I've just realized about myself is when I'm going through things, it just doesn't show, because I smile and joke a lot. You know what I mean? It's getting hot. So anyway, yeah, I did find myself a seat in that class, but little did I know that before I even got there, people had already started a rumor about me. And honestly, I was really excited to start my year, and I was really looking forward to just get over the sudden death of a friend that I had got. But things just kept getting worse and worse. I was in a really, really dark space back in high school. Like, for me, if you ask me what my high school experience was, like, it was one of like the most terrible experiences of my life. And If someone told me, hey Mbumy, can you relive your high school experience again, I'll give you $1,000,000, I would say hell yes, because it's $1,000,000. This rumor that was going around is like basically what really ruined my entire high school experience, because it was terrible. And I feel like certain things I'll say in this video, my family members will be finding out for the first time, certain things that I went through and dealt with alone. So somebody, I don't know who, but at the time when I came back from Lusaka, because my school was in Northern Province, and I reported for school, I was a majorette. Those that know me know that I love dancing, and when I was there, I joined a majorette band, and there was no majorette band I think in Kasama at that time apart from this particular one. So I joined it, though it was at a different church. It was at a UCZ church, and apparently there was this rumor that the sister was a Satanist. So honestly, like, I did hear about that rumor, but I'm a kind of person, like, I don't stick to describe or judge a person based on what other people think or say about them. So they said there's no way the sister can be a Satanist and the youngster can be a Satanist. And honestly for me, like, I really took that lightly. Like, I didn't care. I was just there to dance. So like, it wasn't a deep thought, because honestly I just wanted to dance and have a good time and do what I enjoyed doing. So I joined that majorette's band, and I was living part of my best life because I was doing something I like dancing, and I was doing it. So little did I know, me being a part of this group had a word out that I had become a Satanist, because I joined this majorette's band. And this rumor spread like wildfire. I was not even a popular kid, to be honest with you. I was never a popular kid. My name spread in different schools around Northern Province, like big schools, the big secondary schools. Not because I was known for something good, because somebody started a rumor that I was a Satanist. I used to think teachers used to back me up in some sort of kind of way, but that wasn't just it. That wasn't it. They were contributing to the fire that was already burning. Instead of them pouring water, they were adding petrol to it. And this is like, it just taught me, the biggest bullies in school are not even our fellow students. It's the teachers. The teachers that are meant to protect us, they're the ones that fuel things up. They're the ones that give people, or the bullies, the power to do what they do. Because not once did I ever have a teacher stand up for me because of this whole rumor and put people in their place. Only 2 teachers, and at that time they got transferred, and when they got transferred, my life just kept getting worse. People were so destined to make sure they made me look like I was the devil's first and only daughter. They really, 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 really threw dirt on my name. And other people, I remember, they'll come around me and they'll start saying the Lord's name. They'll start saying Jesus Christ, you know what I mean, to make me people come around saying that, or shouting Holy Ghost fire. Maybe they'll be thinking I'll drop and start manifesting. In as much as, like, it's funny now, like, this really, really killed and stabbed my self-esteem, who I really was. And I remember at some point I was upset. I was like, I didn't know it was like things were that serious, because I remember there would be even seniors who would come all the way from their classes to my class to come and see who the said Satanist girl is in my class. Sometimes you would even find, like, prefects coming to my class. They'll be pointing towards where I'm seated. That's the girl. Like, that really hurt me. That really hurt me. And I never made friends within my class, or the next class, or the third class, because there were like 3 classes for grade 8. That really messed me up, because I remember even some teachers got involved in, and I was bullied because of that rumors. I remember in grade 10, actually, there was a teacher. She was female. She came for attachments, and I think she was taking us in, I don't know what subject, but it was a science. I'm not so sure. I already can't remember. But she was so sweet. She liked me because I would participate in class. I was so active and whatnot. Then for some reason, I just saw like she really just started detaching herself from me. Then one day, like I don't even know where I got the balls from. I just went and asked and told her, "You don't say hi anymore. What's really going on? What happened?" And she straight up told me this particular teacher told her that I was this. And I remember when I went back to the dorm that time, like I cried myself to sleep. People realized that I wasn't this kind of girl. Wait, let me change my lighting. When they realized that I wasn't this kind of girl they thought I was. Okay, I'll stick with this one. I wasn't that kind of girl they thought or accused me of being for so many years. The whole Satanist rumor narrowed down, and I now became a bad influence. And people had to find another thing to, tarnish my name. And this time around, it was teacher against student, which was so embarrassing because for me, growing up, I've always been taught to respect and love my elders, to listen to them, to be humble around them and whatnot. But I feel like the way I am towards elders now is because of them. And like certain things that were just thrown at me, like even now I would get shocked. Like, me? What do these things in? You know what I mean? Like I would ask myself. I felt like at that point I was getting attacked both at the boarding and in campus. This sister labeled me a prostitute because that sports day I wore a vest. Everyone else was, but because I was one of the last people that came out of, because you know what they normally used to do, if you don't leave I would say a dorm or the boarding house at the right time, they would lock you inside. And nobody wants to get locked inside when everybody is out there playing, even if you don't feel like playing, you know what I mean? So I was one of the last people that came out outside. And then you know what she told me? I was wearing a vest, a pink vest, and a game skirt. And I had my thigh clean inside. This woman looks at me and tells me, "Where are you going dressed like a prostitute?" My heart literally dropped because I knew she was talking to me, but again I knew she wasn't talking to me. Because this one girl, she used to sleep in room 7. She passed with the exact same outfit I was wearing, and they even laughed. They say they hi hellos. She goes, this one drags me back and tells me I'm dressed like a prostitute. I was really hurt. And the fact that I was at a Catholic school run by sisters, to have a sister say such, when you see girls almost every Friday and Saturday dressed like this, but why me? Why am I the one to be called out as such? Like, that really hurt. Mind you, I have a very supportive family and they're so loving, but you know when you're in a space like such, like you're just in your head space, you're really into your emotions, it's really hard to really talk to people, because even before you approach them, like you already judge maybe how they're going to react. Like, I don't know. Also, like, for me at that point, my mom is like my best friend, and I really couldn't open up to her because at that time she had lost her young sister. When I really stopped dancing, a lot of things died with it too. I stopped being social. I was a very social girl. I used to be so bubbly, and it's because like I was scared. I didn't know who was for me. I didn't know if people meant good for me. I didn't know if people used to come into my life for my setting. I don't know. Like, I didn't know who my friends were. I used to be fond around the little people, but deep down, like, I was just there. Honestly, if I'm being honest with myself, I was just there. Honestly, like, at that time I didn't see how toxic it was, because like, it started off super cute and innocent because I was just trying to have good friends, the friends I imagined I would have in high school. But I realized I just needed to refrain, you know what I mean? Because I realized maybe I might put myself in harm's way or in situations where I'll be taken advantage of. So I just had to do what was best for me, was to let go and also not have others feel like they were keeping a fake friend around, you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie that I kept it real all the time, because like I mentioned earlier, I struggled finding and accepting the person I was because of everything that was going on. I was going through so much mentally and emotionally. I don't know how I can describe it, but I was in a very dark space. Every mental struggle you can think of, I went through it. I dealt through it. Like, I felt like there was a black hole at the depth of my soul. I would say I was really depressed, and there are certain things I don't feel comfortable saying on camera yet or opening up to anybody, but I would say I was depressed. Depression was involved, self-harm was involved, eating disorders. It felt bad when I realized I didn't have to be that kind of person to put up like a fake profile for me to be accepted. I did certain things because I didn't want to lose the kind of friendships that I had with these people, because but it happened because honestly I was just so lost. I was really lost. I didn't know who was for me. I didn't know those who were really being around me, if they were really trying to prove I wasn't a Satanist, if they were trying to prove I am a Satanist. I didn't know. So it's a whole lot of fake stuff that I threw upon myself, and just for me to feel accepted. Now that I've told you about my high school experience, let me give you some advice. Okay, I want you to have the best high school experience because I believe in you. You can do it and make the best out of it. The one thing I would say is find your people. Find people you can trust, you can talk to, you can confide in. Find people that love you, and just identify the people that are for you and will help you through situations you can't get through alone. I personally, I went through everything alone, and maybe that's why it was so hard, like even just finding myself again and embracing my own rhythm, you know what I mean? Because I've kept so many things to myself for so long, and like I said, a lot of things were involved. I was depressed. I had suicidal thoughts, you know. There's so many times I thought of taking myself out to just let things get better. No, but that's never been the solution. So find somebody you can talk to. Who cares about social ranking? If it's your mother, talk to them. If it's, I have one of my sister-in-laws, like, she's literally my best friend. Don't care about being friends with the popular kids in school. Like, it's not that deep. Like, do not stress yourself about being friends with the popular kids in school. Like, it doesn't mean jack, honestly. Like, I don't know how I can stress that. You know, like when you're in high school, it feels like that's an important thing to have, or to, I don't know, but it's really not important. Like, find your own connections, or better yet, just be the connection. You know what I mean? Learn to love yourself. Like, learn to love yourself. I remember I used to have low self-esteem because of everything that was going on. I used to hate the color of my eyes. I used to think my lips were too big. People used to mock me and joke about how big my eyes were. I used to think I was fat when even at the time I was like 44 kg. I was so petite. I was so small. And I just realized, like, you know, your body is a vessel for your soul. Like, it's not for other people's enjoyment. It's not for other people to approve of or rate. And if you have people who are going to be judging you, wait, who even wants to be friends with such people? Like, you don't need such people in your life. You want to get one body, sis or bro, so you better embrace it and love yourself through all your flaws. Okay, you do not have to impress anyone. Okay, like, just impress yourself. Be about you. Do things that make you happy. Do things that work for you. So long as if you're not bringing harm to anybody, just keep doing you. Do things that awaken you inside out. You understand? My last point is, I know so many people have said this over and over again, but trust me when I say it gets better. Like, I know most of the time when you're going through certain things, like, it feels like you're never gonna get out of it, because the process just seems too long, too far-fetched, and it feels like you're gonna be stuck in that position for a very long time. But it gets better, and every single time, even now, you may not be going through the same high school experience as I went through, or even anything close to it, but every single time you feel like you're down, do things that enlighten you. Like, sometimes I would buy bundles for a full month and I'll finish them in 2 days because I'll be watching inspiration videos. I don't even text anybody. Sometimes I even forget to reply to my clients because at that time I'm not suited to be in that environment. I want to make myself happy. I want to be okay to be able to talk to people. You know what I mean? Do things that awaken you. Whatever you're going through, like, be strong for yourself before you can be strong for anybody else. Be a person of love as well. Don't be that person that brings harm and pain to others. I'm always saying this. Be kind to one another. Honestly, I nobody has sunny days. We all have days where we're happy, gloomy, and whatnot. But don't be that one person that makes other people wish they could kill themselves to make things better. Give for other people to flourish as much as you want as well, okay? But don't forget that whatever it is you're going through, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Anyways, guys, that's all I had to tell you. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you watch full videos. Leave a comment down below. I'll be seeing you guys every single week. Bye.